what is the entire controversy about? In the studio, my colleague Ajith Vijaykumar. Also joining us as guest, Fathima Babu, who's an activist, and Henri, who's a human rights activist, People Watch, and also an advocate from Chennai in Tamil Nadu. A very warm welcome to all of you. Let me come to you turn by turn first to Ajith. Ajith, this is going to hurt a lot of people because the Thoothukudi firing, it killed 14 people, 13, 14 people. And I distinctly remember one teenager also, they were protesting and it was on the 100th day that this happened. Now, he quotes something which you and I spoke about yesterday, which is FCRA. Do you think mixing the two and mixing it, dovetailing that with the protesters is fair, Ajith?
While, objectively, if you look at it, I think, he should not have mixed it. But, and it's a big but here, that his point at the moment is that those protesters were funded from foreign countries. I think the FCRA point is something that should be taken seriously, and it's not just the governor that who has said this. The government itself in the parliament has kind of suggested that it looks like that some amount of funding has come in, and now it's for the governor and the state and the central government here to actually prove it. I think until unless it's proved, we should not kind of put two and two together.
Yeah. And also, I want to ask you one quick question before I go to my other guest. Ajith, a governor is a constitutional head. It's a constitutional appointment. Do you think it is also his place to comment on such things?
While this is not a political point, I think the issue here is that we are trying to put a FCRA issue and trying to turn it into a political issue, what is happening in Tamil Nadu today. I think we have to purely look at it from a point of view of foreign funding and whether the case has been proved or not. That's what I think we should look at it. The political parties and all those people who are against what he's saying possibly would want to mix it together. But in my view, I think let him prove what he has said.
Yeah, that is another thing which is a point of contention, is that what is the evidence? Let me now go to the guest, Fathima Babu and Henri sir. A very vanakkam, very, very warm welcome to you. Fathima, what does this do to you when the governor says that this entire protest was foreign funded? You've been a witness to it for years now. One has spoken with you several times over about what really happened that day. So your first reaction, Fathima Babu, on this entire incident, as it were?
Actually, it's definitely a malicious and spiteful statement, probably intended to belittle and defame a genuine people's struggle. The struggle has been going on for years for genuine reasons, and to cast aspersions on a genuine people's struggle could be nothing else but a politically loaded statement. That is exactly how we look at it. It is definitely a politically loaded statement intended to scare us into silence, but which is not going to happen here.
Right. Let me get Henri also in on this. Henri sir, tell me something. You are also an advocate by profession. Now, my colleague Ajith said, listen, let's look at it from the prison of FCRA. I mean, if there has been some kind of a violation, then obviously, but my whole contention, and I'm asking you, is how can you actually connect the protesters in Thoothukudi with the FCRA violation and say all of them have been funded by some foreign agency or the other?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I did not know in what capacity you invited me here, so I take the freedom to be very straight and honest.
Please.
I am one who has been targeted by the Home Ministry for FCRA, not now, but for the past 10 years. 11th year is going on. And you are all talking about evidence. And I would like to tell your colleague, Ajith was there, that from the 12th of July 2012 till today, my bank accounts have been closed for over 3,025 days. And I have undergone 4 suspensions, one of which was withdrawn. And thereafter, the re-registration was not allowed. And the allegation was precisely that we are working against the interest of the nation, working against untouchability, working on issues of caste discrimination, working on issues of slavery, bonded labor, police atrocities, environment, protecting the environment, the right to freedom of association and assembly, is fighting for against national interest, is the crux of the statement that the governor has made.
Yes.
This is totally unfounded. And it has been timed at a time when the Supreme Court is to hear on Monday the petition where Vedanta has appealed to the Supreme Court. You try to create an atmosphere and try to create this bogey. Your earlier bogey used to be your sealed covers. Now your sealed covers cannot sell anywhere any longer. Now
Yeah.
you start with this bogey of foreign funds.
Right.
Can the governor come out in the open and say who received funds and who was involved in the Sterlite struggle?
Right.
You are demeaning the people who genuinely were on the streets struggling by
And
your
therefore-
statements.
Yeah,
I
and
would
then-
quote Mr. Vaiko saying, this is out of arrogance.
Yeah.
This is not coming out of your
Right.
position as
Right.
a governor.